Hey, Dave, how's it going?
Just fine.
Yeah, I got to the radio station, so I thought I'd call you when I had access to record the actual interview.
Sure.
So, yeah, you just got up after a big gig, huh?
You mean, you're saying these last couple of days we're talking about?
No, I said you just woke up after a big gig last night, huh?
Oh, yeah. We had a great one. We played with Christ on Parade in Portland.
Well, I'll tell you what, let me.
That was really a lot of fun. But then with the 2 nights before, we played with Propaganda. And they're a really good band. They're on Fat Records, and you get like 600-800 people to the shows.
Well,
nice fat crowd to work.
I tell you what, let me hit record on my little record machine here, and then we'll start talking, and then I can edit it and put it on tonight.
All right, great.
Yeah, I appreciate you doing the interview, by the way, too.
Oh, no problem. Friend of Lydia's, friend of mine.
Awesome. I've known Lydia, since the early 80s.
Cool.
Okay. Hey, and when we're done with the interview, would you mind doing a quick station ID for the show?
No, we can start out doing it if you want.
Okay, let's do that. All you have to do is say whatever you want, and then the show is called, you're listening to the Church of Rock,
Right. And that's it?
That's all. Yeah, pretty much. This is Dave from Millions MDC or whatever you want to say.
No call numbers.
No, that's okay. You can just do the Church of Rock.
Ready, go. 1, 2, 3. Hello, everyone. This is David Dictor, the singer of MDC, Millions of Dead Cops, here with the Church of Rock. Hope you're having a good one.
Perfect, man. That'll work.
All right.
Okay. I got the machine rolling. I guess we'll go ahead and go for it if you're ready, man.
Ready to go.
All right. Joining me on the phones now, one of my all-time personal favorite singers in the punk rock world, from Oregon, the singer for Millions of Dead Cops, Dave Dictor. Man, welcome to the Church of Rock.
Well, thank you very much.
I didn't know if I was going to catch you or not, but it looks like you just woke up from a big Halloween show last night, man.
Yeah, we did. We had Christ on Parade in Portland last night at a great place called Plan B with a really great new band called Nux Vomica. They're kind of in the Ashes Rise kind of alternative music scene, very tribal, really great. And we also with Rum Rebellion, who kind of like Irish folk punkers. It was really just a lovely night. I went as the Pope.
Oh, you dressed up as the Pope?
I dressed as the Pope. So
Pope Dave.
It was a lot of fun. For a few years, I was boycotting Halloween and just grumpy old man. But I've been getting into it the last couple of years.
Well, that's cool. So I know that MDC started out in like the late 79, 80 as the Stains. At what point did you guys actually take on the name Millions of Dead Cops?
Well, it really happened after a Black Flag show. We got booked with another band called the Stains. They were the L.A. Stains with Greg Ginn of Black Flag put together. And we were the, for lack of better words, the Texas Stains. And there was a bit of rivalry and competition, and and the guys from the LA Stains are, who's going to be the Stains, and what's going on? And we said, what, we're dropping it today. And we saw the cops beating the heck out of everybody, and we started saying dead cops, and we're going to be the dead cops, and the worthless dead cops, or donut-eating dead cops, or something like that. And Buff Parrott, the bass player of the Dick, said, why don't you be Millions of Dead Cops? And all just froze in our tracks and just said, wow, that's what we'll be.
What a great band name.
Yeah, it came together very organically. And, I've been doing this 30 years. And, every now and then I think I'm going to do another band. But I really like this title of this band. I was almost going to do a side project, and I was almost going to call it the Dead Constables. I couldn't get out of the rut. I've done other little bands through the years. I've done the Submissives, and I did that with Tom, Big Champion, who was a great, the Poison Idea guitar player, who was a great icon, and sadly passed 2.5 years ago.
Yeah, I heard about his dying, man. That was a drag.
Yeah, it was. He had a bad heart. And it stopped working one day.
Wow. Well, the music remains, that's for sure, man.
Yeah, he said that to me too. He goes, Dave, in the end, all there is your music you left behind, and that's something, So not only play but record.
Exactly. Well, I know you've been doing this for 30 years. How long do you think you'll continue to do this, man?
I don't, it's hard to put, a cap on it. I love doing it. It's not as sad as it once was. When I say fat, I mean the numbers. I mean, we, be able to play a lot of cities and get a 600,000-800,000 people by ourselves. And those numbers have dropped off. It's 100, 200, 300, depending on what's going on, what if it's the weekend, all that kind of stuff. But as long as people keep paying to see us and there's interest in it, and somehow we can almost pay our bills, and and everyone can go home with a little money, it seems like everybody wants to do it. It's just an honor and a privilege to get up there and play music in front of people and have people look at you with their wide eyes saying, yes, this means something to me.
Yeah.
And you can't put a cap on that. And I guess that's why a lot of people in showbiz go way beyond maybe when they should have, or they just can't let it go, because it's just such a great feeling when you make people feel excited.
And it becomes it's in your blood at that point,
Yeah, and all the people that are in this business, or whether it's entertainment or communication or music in particular, it's a common thread that goes through everybody. Everybody likes that feeling of people looking at you with their eyes wide open, going, "Yes, this is great. I'm feeling what you're doing."
Exactly.
It's really a hard thing to put down. Other times in my life, I say, "Well, I don't know. Al once got in trouble with the law and had to go to jail for a year, and you say, maybe it's time for me to move on, do something else." But then the year goes by, and you still want to do it.
Yeah, I know how that goes. You just get kind of moody. You might get moody for a while, but
yeah, I'm not sure if I'm going to die on stage, but I even started some side projects where it's kind of like MDC acoustic, and it's less hectic, and you're not trying to do hardcore and hard music. It can just be mellowed out, and that you can be like Pete Seeger and play till you're 92.
And the message still hits, man.
Yeah, I saw Pete Seeger on TV at 92. The guy is incredible.
This land is your land.
Well, that was Mr. Guthrie, and but Pete Seeger is another great one, and Willie Nelson's another great one. And certainly Woody Guthrie. I never got to see him. His son Arlo, all those people that are doing maybe what you call softer or more acoustic oriented music. They're still their music moves people and makes people's eyes grow big, and if you can do that with your music, it doesn't matter what speed you're doing it at.
Amen.
In my opinion. Yeah.
Amen. Hey, do you remember a punk band out of Kenosha, Wisconsin called 1096?
I don't know 1096, but we only played Kenosha once or twice in our lives. And one time we played a place, I'd say it was 87, 88, and I remember because I had my Elvis costume on, and the police closed down the show, and we got out on the street, and we just started doing, doing MDC on the street in front of like about 50 kids who, didn't want to leave the show. We're all out there. Cops came around. The cop came over, chased us off the corner, and he ends up being a big Elvis fan, and just said, "Well, play this song for me, and play that song for me." And
what?
We ended up staying 45 minutes and playing all these. We'd play an MDC song, then an Elvis song, and an MDC song, and an Elvis song. And he was tapping with his nightstick. It was something else. And then finally you see his sergeant drive by and go, "What the hell are you doing?" Kopinski, get those kids out of there. We're we got to leave everyone. Goodbye. We dedicated the night to Officer Kopinski. And, it's one of those real world, real life things. And that's my Kenosha story.
Well, it's like, what? Haven't you heard of Millions of Dead Elvi?
We let the dead cops out of it. You walk that line sometimes where you're right on the edge.
Are you guys?
Believe it or not, a movie we hadn't seen or saw a long time ago and just didn't register was Super Troopers. And then as a band, we were sleeping with someone put on Super Troopers for us.
That's wild.
And it was really a fun movie to watch. And there's the whole thing. Have you ever seen Super Troopers?
I have not seen it, man.
Oh, there's a part where they say the cops say meow, try to throw off the driver. You know, you were going through that red light over there, meow, and people start to giggle, and then when they start to giggle, they go, you think that's funny? You're breaking the law. It's very serious. You could go to jail. You could lose your license, meow. And anyway, this cop had us pulled over, a state trooper, and I started talking to him and throwing in meows. He goes, I saw that movie.
That's funny,
that was
man.
this summer. They asked who we are. We said the Multi-Death Corporation, which was the second name of the band.
Well, yeah, that was going to be one of the questions I had for you. I know you had, of course, Millions of Dead Cops, Multi-Death Corporation. What about the Millions of Dead Chickens?
Well, it never officially was Millions of Dead Chickens. I mean, we never had a record called that.
Chicken Squawk.
We had a song called Chicken Squawk.
I remember that.
That came out on an EP, and it was Millions of Dead Children. And
oh, that's right.
We did this kind of research project about how much food is wasted and how many kids are starving worldwide and what's going on with the food industry in this country, stuff that's really just coming to light now, just like how much of the topsoil is being run off, how much of the underground water aquifers are being used up. And, for being punks, we came from a college background, so it was kind of fun to mix in the research on the topics because, a lot of the kids were like, what are you talking about? There's plenty of food out there. Or why is the Multi-Death Corporation bad? And, and these are some naive days. We're talking about 1980, 81, 82, and Ronald Reagan was riding high, and some people just didn't get it, and we really wanted to spell it out for them.
Do you think people are more apathetic today or less apathetic?
Well, it's hard to put a real measure on that. I know in the punk scene, the measure of how much we felt we were affecting the world and changing things was very high and very special in 82, 83, 84. But I don't find that to be as true. That people aren't as idealistic. Everyone just kind of accepts, including myself. That's the way it is.
More jaded, more jaded,
Right, and the fact that we could live in a lifetime where there's, President Sarah Palin, it does not seem absurd.
Yeah.
It just doesn't seem absurd, and back there in the early, mid-'80s, we thought we were going to get rid of Reagan and we're going to change things. And anyway, a little bit of the idealism got wrung out of us. But, I think the whole planet, more people are more aware of, animal rights, and more people are aware of global warming and ecological issues. And, we're right on the crux. It's hard to believe we're really going to change up in time to save this planet full on, and that, how can this planet really support 6 billion people? What's really going to happen 10, 40, 60 years from now, and nevertheless a year or two from now?
Exactly.
There's a part of me that's kind of a paranoid,
2012
survivalist. I own 3 acres in Hawaii, and it's on the rainy side of the big island, and I got 20 fruit trees, and I don't figure when the shit hits the fan, I'm just going to try to sail to Hawaii.
There you go.
And live on my grapefruit and avocado trees. And
well, at least until 2012.
Yeah, exactly. Who knows what's going to happen then? And
well, hey, Dave.
Between Mayan calendars ending and magnetic pole switches and just life in general, on a planet with these human beings that act like a virus out of control with 15 countries controlling nuclear weapons.
Exactly.
Kind of insane.
It just gets crazier and crazier, man.
Yeah, it really does.
I was wondering what's going on with you guys now. Are you guys have a new record out? Are you guys touring, or what's up with?
We just did, and it just came out the last 3 days. It's a split album with a British band called The Restarts.
Okay.
Really a fine outfit, and you could email me your address, and I'll put one right off in the mail to you. It's real happy. It's got 7 of our songs. It's got about 9 of their songs. And it's the stuff we pretty much put out in the last year. We have a song called Patriot Asshole. We have a song called Mary Jane for President. And we kind of got boosted as a marijuana band, a pot band, which is kind of fun, we just believe in marijuana. We believe in the medicinal part of marijuana. We believe they should leave marijuana alone.
Hallelujah.
Should use it, and people that don't use it should mind their own business.
That's right, man. Well, I'll tell you what, Dave, I got to wrap this up because we only have so much time to do an interview, but we're going to follow up your interview right now with a tune by MDC, and I believe it's one of your original songs, and it's called John Wayne Was a Nazi.
All right. Well, thank you so much, buddy, and you have a good time there. And, LA is such a great city. I look forward to coming there and playing soon again.
Yeah, thanks a million for coming to the Church of Rock, Dave, and taking the time out, man.
All right, Church of Rock rocks. You be well there.
Thanks for all the great music, my brother.
All right, bye-bye.